In this book, Think and Grow Rich, Napoleon Hill has given us a summary of habits and perspectives that has made people millionaires and billionaires. After interviewing more than 500 successful businessmen, politicians of his time in America in 1930s, Hill has come up with a precise guide to success and fortune. He interviewed people like Henry Ford, Andrew Carnegie, and other such great personalities to get to the roots of successful people. Welcome to the video book summary of the book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Concept number 1. Only when we are motivated by a strong desire, we can achieve our goals in life. Many of us dream of having money and being financially independent, but wishful thinking won't get us there. We must acknowledge a deep desire within ourselves if we want to become wealthy and fulfill our aspirations. For instance, Thomas Edison persisted in his quest to create an electric light source after conducting more than 10,000 unsuccessful experiments. He was quite simply motivated by the desire to realize his ambition, and he succeeded in doing just that when he created the light bulb after years of diligent work. Similar circumstances were faced by author Fanny Hurst, who had to endure more than 36 rejections before even one of her short tales was accepted for publication in a newspaper. Her career as a popular novelist and dramatist took off after that. In the end, she was successful because of her intense desire overcame her frustration at being turned down. Therefore, it's crucial for those of us who want to succeed to evaluate our own attitudes toward defining our objectives and aspirations. How do we feel about the dreams and goals we have? Are they just a series of dreaming skyscrapers? Or will our unquenchable yearning be sufficient to turn it in reality in the future? Concept number 2. Every success is based on setting goals and carefully preparing each step of the way. Every success story starts with individuals who are clear about their goals. Therefore, you should start by clearly identifying your own particular aim before you start going after any old idea. For instance, you should decide exactly how much money you want to make if you want to become wealthy. Furthermore, you need to know exactly when you want to attain your goal and how much money, time and energy you are willing to spend on it, because you can only achieve your goal with precise planning and execution. Additionally, it's critical to create a plan that details each action you must take to achieve your goal. And once you've got a plan, get to the work. Don't squander any more time. If you want to be sure that your goal for success is firmly rooted in your own thoughts and deeds, use the following technique. Write down your objective as well as a thorough plan for attaining it first. Then read it aloud twice daily, once after waking up and once before retiring for the evening. It would be much simpler for you to become wealthy or realize any other desire if you read these advice. Concept number 3. People who are successful have unwavering self-confidence. You may be sure that you can and will accomplish your goals by having unwavering faith in yourself. No money has ever been amassed, no distant countries have ever been discovered, and nothing has ever been invented without this faith as its foundation. You can only accomplish success if it is built on self-confidence and an unshakable faith in yourself. Mahatma Gandhi is a wonderful example of the influence of this faith. He was able to challenge British colonial power despite without access to the traditional tools of power such as military or money, and led his nation to freedom. The only support he had came from his unwavering conviction that he could exert such power over his countrymen to make them stand up for their shared interests. Our self-image and style of life are greatly influenced by our level of self-belief. In the truest meaning of the word, it can assist us in moving mountains. Concept number 4. Our subconscious can affect our behavior by using autosuggestion. Unwavering self-confidence is not necessarily something you are born with or that just happens to you. Anyone can gradually acquire it through autosuggestion. The term autosuggestion refers to a technique for influencing oneself by thinking highly particular and deliberate thoughts or ideas. You can use it to provide your subconscious mind instructions or encouraging goals and so boost your self-confidence. Autosuggestion generally entails convincing yourself that you can achieve your goals, your thoughts can become reality, and that you should take your own route with confidence. The more frequently you employ autosuggestion, the more likely it is to assist you in succeeding. Your unconscious mind will direct all of your thoughts and activities towards bringing about the fulfillment of your wants and goals if you imprint them here. If you're liking the content of this video, please feel free to buy the book or get a free month of Audible. Both links are given in the description below. This will help our channel grow. Thank you. Concept number 5. Power comes from knowledge, but it need not come from what you studied in school. Having knowledge can make achieving your goals in life much simpler. All you need to do is just keep a few fundamental things in mind. First and foremost, you must discard the conventional definition of education and knowledge. Because having a high school diploma or university degree is not the only requirement for being knowledgeable or well educated. As Henry Ford has proved, even those who are considered illiterate can know a ton of information. He didn't finish high school, but that did not stop him from building an industrial empire and earning millions of dollars. You don't need to fill your head with a ton of information if you want to be successful. Instead, it's much more crucial to gain the correct experiences and knowledge, play to your strengths, and reach your full potential. The most essential prerequisite is a lifelong commitment to study. Your deadliest adversary is complacency. Instead, you must constantly be prepared to actively and deliberately increase your knowledge. This can be accomplished in a variety of ways, including attending college, taking evening classes, or gaining practical experience. Knowing where to find the information you require is also helpful because you don't have to be an expert in everything. Instead, you should be aware of whom to contact if you have questions. Being surrounded by a network of professionals who share their specific knowledge is typically more useful and effective than learning it all on your own. Concept number 6. We may make our dreams come true in the workshop of our imagination. Every single success story starts with a thought, and the imagination lies at the heart of each and every concept. In essence, our thoughts act as a creative workshop where dreams come ideas and ideas become reality. The creative imagination and the synthetic imagination are two variations for this creative talent. We can think of wholly original ideas by exercising our creative imagination. Innovative writers, visual artists, and composers use these features to produce works that have never been produced before. The synthetic imagination, in contrast, reorganizes previous concepts into fresh arrangements. For instance, Sony developers utilize this skill when they choose to improve the playback device or dictaphone used by journalists and transform it into a portable music player that anybody can use. As a result, the Walkman was created. Synthetic and artistic creativity can complement one another in useful ways. Consider the tale of Asa Candler, who around 140 years ago used a headache medicine to create the world-famous Coca-Cola brand. Candler developed the brilliant planning and marketing methods that made the beverage a big success, despite the fact that he did not create the Coca-Cola recipe, rather he purchased it for just $3,000 from a pharmacy. You must stimulate and support your imagination if you don't want to become sluggish. And you can do that by energizing it, keeping it active, and working it out like a muscle. The more you use it, the more effective and potent it will be. Concept number 7. Your prospects of professional success increase when you are aware of your own talents and flaws. Being self-aware or being aware of your own talents and flaws is a crucial component of professional success. Self-awareness can help you take positive action against your shortcomings, or at the very least, balance them out with your strengths. As things like having hazy goals, missing motivation, delaying, procrastination, and lacking resolve are major causes of failure. It is advisable to conduct a thorough and honest self-analysis to be able to determine exactly what your strengths and shortcomings are. Don't worry, seeing a psychologist is not a necessity in this case. If you develop a list of questions to ask yourself, such as, have I met my goal for this year? Was I always kind, courteous, and cooperative? Did I make all decisions swiftly and firmly? It will be more than enough. Then you should contrast your subjective appraisal of yourself with an outsider's objective assessment of you. This works best when you sit down with someone who knows you very well and share your strengths and faults in an open and sincere manner. Concept number 8. The secret to a successful existence is having strong, positive emotions, which must be developed. Our subconscious takes in and holds on to sensory information, emotions, and thoughts. Whether it was a good experience or a bad one, everything we have ever gone through is saved. But merely storing information is not enough. Our subconscious is also actively influencing our behavior at all times. It can mold us positively, giving us grit or initiative, or it can mold us adversely, leading us astray into hopelessness and despair. Therefore, we must make sure that happy feelings take the center stage in our life if we want our subconscious to assist us in achieving our wishes and goals. Therefore, in order for our subconscious to serve us, as a useful and beneficial guide, we must feed it with positive things. But the exact opposite will happen if we give it too many negative emotions like fury, hate, a need for vengeance, or pessimism. You have made a big leap in your life when you can, for instance, avoid negative people and pay no attention to their pessimistic predictions. Instead, you should strive to develop all uplifting emotions like zeal and love. You can only do that if you want to cultivate a positive outlook over time. Concept number 9. People who are successful are notable for their tenacity and perseverance. The research of more than 25,000 life stories of individuals who failed to succeed professionally reveals that their lack of tenacity is the primary cause of failure. Contrarily, the analysis of the success stories of multimillionaires showed that they all shared two traits. They were accustomed to making split-second decisions, and once they had made, they firmly stood by them. As long as it doesn't become a deaf obstinacy, a certain amount of stubbornness can even be helpful. Particularly, Henry Ford was renowned for sticking with his choices for a very long time. For instance, numerous people persuaded him to upgrade from his well-known but not particularly gorgeous Model T. However, he kept the vehicle for a long period, which allowed him to continue making large profits from it. Everyone has an opinion, and the majority of the people are eager to share it without even you asking for their opinion. Therefore, do not give any opportunity to voice their ideas in order to avoid falling into the risk of harmful influences and getting confused with your own resolve. Therefore, those who are discouraged in particular should keep their goals and intents with themselves and not reveal them to anybody else, with the exception of the people on their hand-picked team or reliable outsiders. Concept number 10. Only the consistent will prevail. Any endeavor, no matter what kind it is, will inevitably run into challenges and setbacks. Most of us are too ready to abandon our ideas and let the enterprise fail in such circumstances. However, there are some people who, in spite of all the challenges, continue with their original intentions and give their ideas the room they need to materialize. The trick is to be persistent and resilient. That entails above all that we remain focused on and strive tirelessly to achieve our goals. However, stubbornness must be avoided at all costs. If, for example, a price correction is urgently required, you must also be prepared to carry it out. Here are 4 straightforward yet essential guidelines to follow if you want tenacity and endurance to become habits. A clear objective and a strong desire to attain it are prerequisites. To assist the accomplishment of your goals, you need a detailed and accurate plan. You must resist letting depressing and negative viewpoints affect you. You need to have a close, trustworthy relationship with the person or organization that helps and supports you. Consider these guidelines as a unique fitness regimen that will help you increase your own stamina and persistence. Concept number 11. Being smart and surrounding yourself with smart people will help you achieve amazing things. The planning process becomes more difficult as the goal size increases. And as the goal's difficulty increases during execution, the brains behind the project become more reliant on the moral, intellectual, and creative support of others. The best way to achieve this mutual support is through a brain trust, or a small group of very intelligent individuals. In contrast to a network, which is a more informal collaboration between partners, a brain trust is a group of like-minded individuals that places an emphasis on identifying a common purpose, developing competencies, and having a system of checks and balances. The most crucial aspect of brain trust is its synergistic effect. When 2 or more people who get along well combine their abilities, talents, knowledge, relationships, experiences, and other resources to work towards a common objective, the results are more than the sum of their individual parts. They are a surplus that allows you to accomplish things you could never have done on your own. Please like and subscribe to the channel for more such video book summaries. Thank you.